So, hello guys and welcome back to the channel, the Financial Fallout Diary. Today is the 23rd of August and the silver prices is around $69 if I understand it correctly. And it is starting to go up a little bit last couple of days, so that's nice. And I have a guest today. This is Christopher. He's a local politician here in standing up for local election coming up here in a couple of weeks. So, welcome.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the party leader of a newly started political party in Sweden called Trosa Vagnhärad-partiet. It's based on a libertarian point of view, where private ownership and freedom is a big part of my political standpoints. And right now, at the moment, I'm running for local office here. Yeah.
So, tell us about this. Why? What do you want to change? What's the difference? What's the problem with Swedish economics and Swedish policies?
It's a lot of problems. One of the problems are taxes. We have a high tax in Sweden on labor, especially.
Yeah.
So it makes it hard for people to actually fight and get up in life and
accumulate wealth.
Accumulate
to get the
wealth.
capital.
Yeah, exactly.
With,
we also have a lot of regulations.
Yeah.
Everything is regulated. It's so hard to do anything at the moment in Sweden.
Yeah.
What else do we have? We have...
yeah, but basically it's kind of... most people like you in the US or different parts of the world actually think that Sweden is some kind of this is a socialist country, but we're not. We are really a big capitalist country because we have really, really high taxes on labor and like no taxes at all in the capital. So it's actually a nice place when you have a lot of money, but not such a nice place if you don't have a lot of money. So if you're a worker, even if you have a lot of benefits like free healthcare or like it's not free, but government paid healthcare and stuff like this, is still really hard to like manage and have a good life on this, because it's hard to accumulate capital. And basically the government use all the taxes that they collect from you and to basically just control you. So it also take your money from you and then it will give it back to tell you what to do with it. So basically we have this really strange thing called ROT and RUT.
Yeah.
And it's basically like you pay a lot of taxes and the government figure out that, the taxes is so high, so any of our populations have any money to buy anything, stuff, or like to buy services
or renovate
or building. So then they put on like this tax write-off.
Yeah.
So we can like write off 30% of the labor cost in taxes. So basically the government understand that our taxes is too high, and instead of lowering the taxes, they just give you back the money from a really completely strange way to do it. It's just stupid.
But only in the parts of market they seem fitting.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a 30% on any labor. It's just 30% on what they see fitting, and it's not like you can use it to whatever you like. It's like, it's just so strange. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you renovate an old house, it can't be newer than 5 years old. Yeah. So it's not for newly built houses, and it's not for repairing your car.
And it's not for building a new house, right?
No, exactly.
Yeah, it's only to
renovate.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
To fix existing houses.
And that's also, I think, that's made a kind of a strange housing market that sometimes like a 10 or 15 or 20 years old house is less expensive than a 4-year-old or 3-year-old or new house, because the new house is so much like it's hard to get this tax reductions from it. Yeah.
Exactly. You can't get the tax reductions from a newly built house.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of different problems. I can take my local town as an example. We have a city center where they did a remodeling of the city center and removed most of the parking spaces and made it, as they called it, more for humans and less for cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this, I guess this is the problem, because also the local politicians are like obligated from the state to like push down our carbon footprint. And how they do this is just to make life harder for the citizens, so they don't use the car.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they want you to drive less by making the infrastructure bad.
Yeah.
So we had a good infrastructure and then make it bad.
Yeah. And that's the main goal of it. And I think that's problematic for the ordinary people in the towns, because it's harder to get to the stores. Now stores is standing closed. It's a lot of
empty stores.
Stores, in the local city center, and
also like the private equity just went out to like go a couple of 100 meters to the right and just butt up some land and build a good parking way.
Exactly, and the new store and new businesses.
So now all the businesses in this place instead. Yeah.
So I don't think local government should be that involved in city planning, at least, because they make it bad for people.
Or maybe they can be involved in city planning, but they should not have the goal to make it harder for the people living there. That's kind of the main goal. Yeah, that's the main problem. Yeah,
that might be the main problem.
Yeah. Because that's kind of, if you go to a car company and you sell like, I only want you to make bad cars, and then you're kind of strange that your sales go down.
Yeah, and that's why we have the EU that now regulates everything, so you have to buy the bad cars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
basically, yeah. So this is, but also this is a problem in the world, and especially around Swedish citizen. I think because they have bad history. So basically, Sweden was a really poor country in the 1850s, kind of around here. And the Swedish king was like troubling about this. Why are we like the poorest country on earth? So he sent out one of his workers and just tell them to find out why we're so poor, and come report back to me. And they could go around Sweden and they see that how they do it in Europe and the rest of Europe, and how we did it was like we had no private owning.
Yeah.
Everything was like government owned. We had a lot of regulation. Everything was regulated. In Stockholm, they have something called inside the tullarna, and that means like in Stockholm, in the same town, you cannot like move goods freely. So they needed to pass the custom station and pay taxes in the town. It used to be sell in different areas of the town. So it was so hardly regulated market. And the king said to the king that we need to put in this. We need to take away all regulation, and we need to put in private ownership and think about the markets and make the markets good. And this works really fine. So during like the 1910s, and 20s and 30s, Swedish economy growed a lot. And then the First and Second World War happened, and that did not affect us at all. So like all of Europe was just devastated with bombs, and no industrial plant was still standing, except us. So we can supply all of Europe when they rebuilt with all they needed for rebuilding. So it was really good for Swedish. But then during the 60s and the 70s, the Social Democrats get a hold of the country, and they put in so much regulation and so much benefits. So the taxes was going through the roof. Like we have this child writer called Astrid Lindgren. Her actually got taxes on 102% 1 year.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it was like so strange. You can have like 90% taxes basically, and it's really hard. And then like the 60s, 70s, and the 80s come, and we had a lot of economic collapse. And 90s come with a big collapse, and then was really high in our sovereign debt. And then our politicians need to go to the U.S. and ask the big bank in the U.S. to put them off. And this was like really, so we got some money to do that. And after that we have cut regulation. We have like cutting a lot, but not enough.
Yeah.
So we have lower taxes, cut some regulation, but we still have really big problems, because the problem with the EU and it's like it's a protection function for our inner markets. So what the EU is supposed to do is to like make it harder for foreign companies to compete with European countries, and that just makes our companies lazy, so they don't innovate. So instead of innovating, because it's innovating hard and costs a lot of money between Europe because we have high labor costs, so they just put like a $5 bill or something to some EU politicians, like tell them to regulate everything so the other companies can't compete with us.
Yeah, but still, they still compete. We see Chinese parts everywhere.
Yeah.
Everything is Chinese
Everything
nowadays.
is Chinese, yeah. And that's also fun because we did this just to put away our carbon footprint, right?
Yeah.
So we do not want to manufacture stuff here because then we have emission carbons. Then we move the manufacturing of it to the Chinese and just take it in, and now it looks good
On paper.
on paper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Because it's not happening here.
exactly. So this is kind of counterproductive, I guess.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But so if I also understand this correctly, is it like it's like 80% of the global energy mix is hybrid carbon. It's like oil, coal, gas, and 20% is the alternatives, and it's like hydroelectric, nuclear. That is like the vast amount of this, and it's like a little bit of wind and solar, and some other small stuff. No, but it's so low, so it's not even like. And they think like we're gonna do this net zero. They're gonna think that we're gonna do this net zero. Like economy in some way, but it doesn't work because emission equals wealth.
Exactly.
Yeah, so energy equals wealth. It's like you can't do it without lowering the living standard of everyone, and that's what's actually happening.
No, we see it all over Europe at least, and all over Sweden.
Yeah, so basically, if I listen to 2008. The European economy has been stagnant, like flat.
Yeah.
And the US economy have been doubling during the same time, or maybe it's more than a double. I think it's been growing anyway.
And I think we're stuck because of all the regulations.
Yeah. There's a lot of people just wants to think and they want to be involved in stuff they don't understand, and they just break shit.
Exactly.
I guess.
And I want to make it easier, at least with all the regulations. Like if you give kids like $1,000 or roughly equivalent to 10,000 Swedish crowns and ask them to make this money grow, I don't think any of them at least will go out and buy a hammer and some nails.
Yeah, or start a car company or whatever.
Yeah.
They will probably put it like bitcoins or something.
Yeah, and then they don't start new companies. There's no new workplaces being built. There's
no wealth.
No wealth.
And this is a strange thing with printing money, actually. This is such a strange thing because all the government is doing it. It's because what's actually happening is like the guy that prints the money and put it in the market the first, he can like buy stuff to the old lower prices. Yeah. And when his new money comes into the system, then the prices start rising. So then like everyone is competing with like borrowing more than anyone else to buy before the price increase. And like no one is actually, so very strange thing with like carpenters here in Sweden. So you told me this, I guess, if I remember this correctly. You told me that the guys building houses has been earning more money for not building them, used to buy houses and like sell them at a profit, have been more profitable than working as a carpenter during the same time.
I don't know. I don't have the specifics, but I can imagine that's true at least. Yeah. Because the housing market has grown quite a lot recently.
Yeah. So that's the strain. That's just a symptom of a bad economy.
Exactly.
That like when owning something is more profitable than building something.
Yeah, it's not working at least at least not if you want to build wealth.
Yeah, exactly. During long periods of times.
Yeah.
And as a society, it's different. If you want to build wealth as a person, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But as a society, it's not. It's an end of the road kind of situation.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah. So what you want to do is this? What's your policy change that you want to do in this kind of area? I know as a local politician in Sweden, it's hard to actually combat any of this stuff.
Yeah, we don't rule over that much.
Yeah.
We rule over schools and a few building plans and stuff like that. And I want to make it easier for people to start building things, deregulate as much as possible, and make the parts that isn't possible to deregulate because of higher government easier regulated. So it's easier for people to understand the regulations and
And what to do with it then?
To do with it and start building as fast as possible. That's part of it. And I also want to lower taxes because we have a high income tax, and it's based. It's set by local politicians according to where you live in Sweden, at least up to a price point. So I want the taxes to go down on work. Yes.
Okay.
I see.
I think that's, for my point of view, is like, that's what Sweden need. We need to deregulate, and we need to make everything easier for people that want to build wealth. So now it's really strange because like people that just want to like those, people that just want to like fuck around during their life and don't do anything useful. It's really easy to be a person like this that like don't contribute to the society at a bigger way, because it's a lot about, you need to feel so sad about these people, blah, yada, yada, yada. And all the people that actually try to be a good person and to like build more wealth than it consumes and trying to build the societies, they are really highly regulated. They are like bombed, and think people like see them like, you have a company, then you're a kind of that person that takes the workers' money.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, okay, you have a company, you have a profit of like 10% or something, and they said that's not moral to have a 10% profit, but the fucking government takes like 90% of their profit in the different taxes, like between income taxes, government taxes, and like taxes on consuming spending, and
exactly.
It's like 80% or something. So and that's okay.
That's okay.
So it's kind of strange, but I think we wrap it up today. If there's something more you want to say?
I want to say that please vote for me in the local election, or don't vote at all.
That's actually good point, because I mean, just voting is so strange. I have never understand the point of voting. Why do people want to go to vote for people to control them?
It's
so
really
strange.
weird.
It's a strange thing, I mean, can't they just don't control me? And that's not even an option.
No.
The best should be, you should have an option like, I don't want to be controlled, because they just want to take in your money. They want to taking it in taxes, and then they give it back to you. So why can't I just have the money from the beginning? Why do I need to give you money to give me back the money? Like in Sweden, we got actually welfare money. We get money from the state for having a child. So every parent in Sweden gets like, was that like 100 euros, 150 euros, $150, something like this, for every child. And why don't you just lower the taxes? If you have so much money, so you can give it away. And we also give money away to like all the other countries in the world. So it's possible to lower the taxes.
I think so as well.
So we will see what's happening, and thank you for coming, and thank you for listening. So
thanks for having me as a guest.
So we will see you guys next week. Ciao.